In this video, we're going to talk about how do we use Excel to make a pie chart or bar chart. So first, please make sure you're using the same Excel version, and you can check your Excel version as going to the file on top and then click on account. It'll tell you what kind of Excel version you have. So I'm using Microsoft Office Professional Plus 2016. So if you have a different version, then some features of the Excel may be different. So we know we use pie chart and bar chart to describe a categorical variable. So if we look at the example data set here, we have three variables. This is the data about leaves. So basically it's a data set I collected from one of my classes. The students are asked to bring some leaves. They can find a leaf either from home or around campus, different building areas. And they are asked to record the location where they collected the leaf, and also they're going to measure how long their leaves are. So the first variable in the data set is the last four digits of student ID, basically identifier who bring the leaf. And the second variable will be the location, so where the leaves are collected. And then the third variable will be the length of the leaf. So you can see location is a categorical variable. The length of leaf is a numerical variable. So for example, if you want to know what is the most common place students go to collect leaves, so we want to describe the location. So we can make either a pie chart or bar chart on the location, so that will give us some useful information. In order to make a pie chart or bar chart in Excel, you have to make a frequency table first. The frequency table will basically, we need to list all the distinct values of the variable, and then also count how many leaves are from each of the distinct locations. One way to do it is, just do it by hand. You can identify what are the distinct values in the variable, and also you can count how many are in there. It's okay to do that if you have a small data set, but if the data set is big, it will be very time consuming, and also it's very likely that it could commit an error. You counted wrong or something like that. So here we're going to use Excel to help us to make the frequency table. So first, we're going to get distinct values of this variable location. So how do I do that? So you can see on top, you have tabs, File, Home, Insert, Page Layout, Formulas, Data, Review, View. Here we're going to go to the Data tab. And here we're going to see a filter and advanced filter. So we're going to click on the advanced filter. So the advanced filter window will pop up for us. Okay. So first, let's look at the list range. The list range basically is the variable of interest that you're interested in. What is the entire range of the variable? And by default, the advanced filter will treat the first value on top of that variable as the variable title. So when you choose the list range, you have to include the variable title. So how do I choose the list range? So over here, you can see this icon on the right. Just click on it. So that will give us a choice to choose where to start and where to end. Okay. So for example, we choose the variable title, location on top, and then just click on it. Then we're going to scroll down all the way to the bottom. So hold your shift key on the keyboard. At the same time, you click on the last value of the variable. So then the whole range of data is collected. And click this icon back. So the range is set for us. Okay. So we're going to check the whole range of data, and we're only going to get the distinct values. So here on the bottom, we have option unique records only. So this way, we're only going to keep the unique records, so distinct records. So after we got all the distinct values, we need to save it somewhere, right? So here we're going to choose copy to another location. So after get the distinct values, we need to copy to a different place. We're going to save it. And then here we have option to copy to. So let's indicate where we're going to copy those distinct values. So you can choose, click on it. We're going to, you can just click anywhere. That will tell you where do you start to save your distinct values. So we're going to, for example, we decided to put a column E here on top. So click this icon and go back to the advanced filter window. So just roughly check, everything is set correctly. Then we'll click OK. So now we have all the distinct locations found for us by Excel. The top is your variable title, and these are distinct values. All right. So now we need to get frequency of all the different locations. So basically, how many leaves are come from home? We need to count it. Here we're going to use Excel to help us to count the number of, the number of locations. So if we want to put the frequency in this cell, so just click on it, type equal to, and then next will be the function we choose. We're going to use a COUNTIF function. So when you start to type COUNTIF, it will pop up the different kind of functions for you. We're going to choose the COUNTIF function. So double click on COUNTIF. So COUNTIF function has two arguments. One is range, the other is criteria. So range will be the variable range, basically. So which variable you want to work on. So here we're only going to choose the variable values. We're not going to include the variable title anymore. So the first one will be the home. Okay, so click on the first true value of the variable. And then you can scroll down to the bottom, just like earlier how you choose the whole data range. So when you go to the bottom, hold your shift key on the keyboard and click on the last value. So the whole variable range is selected for you. And here you see the formula is from B2 colon B72. That's in Excel means, B column, second row, that's the start point. And then B column, row 72, that's the end point. So the colon means everything in between is included. So if you're good at typing the code, you can also just, check the start point B72, the end point B72. So just type B2 colon B72, and that will choose the same range as you just, scroll over. So that the data range is selected for us, and then you see after between the arguments in Excel, we need to use a comma to separate different arguments. So typing comma. So now we're going to the criteria. The criteria basically is the if condition. The COUNTIF function will only count if the criteria meets what you set to be. So we're only gonna count if the value of the location is home. If you choose, the criteria is home. Okay. And then the COUNTIF function is complete. We end the parentheses and hit enter on the keyboard. That will give us the number of homes on that variable. Okay, so that's 6. Okay. So in Excel, you can copy the functions from one cell to the other. We want to make the same function to all the other distinct values. So you can either type the same function on each of the cells, but again, when you have a long list, it will take you forever or a lot longer time. Quick way to do it will be, copy the function over. If the cell values is calculated by the function in Excel, you can just simply click on that cell and on the keyboard, press Ctrl C, and will copy. So it doesn't just copy the number, it actually copy the entire function. And you go to another empty cell and now press Control V, that will paste it over. Or you can just right click on the shell and click copy, and then right click on empty shell and choose paste. Okay, so you can see the function is pasted, to copy it over to a different location. Okay, we can copy and paste to a shell next to it too. So let's copy and paste. Right? But when you just copy paste the function from one place to the other, when you see if you paste the shell to the right, the function is actually changed a little bit. See? From here, it's B2 to B72, and you're checking on E2. But here is C2 to C72, you're checking on F2. So the column shifted 1 to the right. And if you look at, if you copy down in the same column, from B2, B72, E2 to B3, B73, E3. So when you copy down, the row number was shifted 1 downward. Okay, so when you copy and paste function, you have to be very careful. How do you want your function to be? So now, basically, what we really want the function to be will be, we're going to always want to check the same data values. So we want to have the range of the data to be the same, right? But the criteria, we do want it to vary by column. So for example, if we want to put the second one, we wanted to check Gerard Thomas. We don't want to check for home anymore. So we do want the criteria to vary, but we want to fix the range. Okay. So how do we fix the range? What you can do is you put a $sign on both the column and the row. So just put a dollar sign in front of B column. I'll put a $sign in front of the 73 row. But here we actually want to have B2 and B72, right? We always want to check from B2 to B72. And here we're counting Gerard Thomas, so that'll be E3. And hit enter. Okay, so here's a new function. You see, this function, the range is not fixed. But this function, the range is fixed. Okay, so if you click on this shell, Control C, copy, and go to the next one, Control V, paste. So you can see now we're checking B2 to B72 for E4 locations, and so on. Okay, so this is the correct functions. And if you have a lot of cells you need to copy and paste to, there's another trick we can do, can help us do it faster. So you just scroll down, put your cursor on the right corner bottom of the shell which you just done the function, and you can see you're gonna see a solid cross. When it becomes solid, press the left key on the mouse, and then drag at the same time, drag down. You can see, the bar kind of expanded over. What it does is it's going to copy the same function to all the shells that you dragged over. So here we have the frequency of all the distinct values. Okay. So once we got the frequencies of all the distinct values, and the frequency is basically the frequency table, then we can make a pie chart or bar chart. So let's make a pie chart first. So what you need to do is you're going to highlight the whole table. So you click on the location, the top left corner, and then hold your shift key, click on the last value on the frequency column. So basically you can highlight the whole range of data for you. Then on the top of the tab, we're going to click Insert. And then here you're going to see Recommended Chart. So click on Recommended Chart. Then we're going to look at All Charts. So give us all the possible charts here. If you're using 2016, of Microsoft Office, you're going to see a lot more chart options than if you use the previous versions. I think even 2013 doesn't even have a histogram or box plot. Okay, so we're going to do a pie chart. So we're going to choose a pie, click on a pie, and here we what the pie chart is like. Okay, and we're going to click OK. So a pie chart is coming up. You can make the size of the pie chart bigger or smaller, depending on, what you want it to be. And you can drag it, put it somewhere else. Drag it down to give you more space on top of the work. And you can also make changes of the chart title. For example, here, we want to make a name as a pie chart of leaf location. Okay. And here you can see the most common places that students go to collect leaf from will be from Joule library. That's the biggest slice, right? And you can also make a modification on the chart. For example, click on the chart. You can see there's 3 things on the top, and you go, press on the plus sign. It indicates chart elements. Okay, so here you can now either chart title, legend, and then if you want to have data labels, click on data labels. So here tell you how many locations, how many leaves are coming from each of the locations. And here is a little drill down feature for you, so you can put your data labels at different places: center, inside, outside. Like here, maybe inside is better. But you can choose whatever you want. Okay, so that's how we make a pie chart. We can also use the same frequency table to make a bar chart for us. So again, highlight your data. Then we go to Insert, then Recommended Chart, then choose All Chart. So here we're going to choose a bar chart. We have 2 ways to do bar chart. One is horizontally, one is vertically. So you can do either horizontal bar or vertical bar. Here indicates that's column. So I like to use, let's do a vertical bar here. So we're going to choose, you have 2 options. One is just plain one color. One is, multi-colors to indicate different groups. So you can choose between them. I like the colorful bar chart. So we're going to choose this one and click on OK. So a bar chart is created for us. So you can see the most common place people will, students pick up leaf will be from Joule library. Again, you can make the chart big or small, and you can copy paste to different locations. You can print it out if you like to. You can modify the chart title by just click on it, and you can change it to, for example, this is bar chart of leaf location. Okay, and of course, if you modify some features, just click on the plus sign, and here, you have all different kind of things if you want to add or modify. And here we can also put in data labels, and data labels could be inside, the base, and data call out, inside end, outside end. I like the outside end here. So that you can choose whatever you feel more appropriate for your purpose. So this is how we make a bar chart. Okay. So pie chart and bar chart, they're mostly interchangeable. So they basically tell us exactly the same information. They tell us, what's how frequent are, in each of the distinct categories. Basically here about 20 leaves from Joule library and 8 leaves from Jet Hall, and then 8D from Aquatic Center, and here exactly the same information. Okay. And sometimes people like to do percent bar chart or percent pie chart. So basically, instead of using frequencies, they use percentages. If you're interested, you can get, basically just calculate a percentage based on the frequency here. And then when you draw a chart, you're going to choose the location variable and choose the percentage variable. Then when you draw a chart, you're going to give you the percentage. Okay. Thank you.